All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Achahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing His truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. In this particular video, I'm going to land back off of the Elders of Zion's video that he just uploaded. Make sure you're not giving a sacrifice to Cain, because Cain didn't give the proper sacrifice, so it wasn't respected. Abel gave the proper sacrifice, so it was respected, right? As a matter of fact, let's just get that right here. So we don't want to be in the position of Cain, all right, giving the improper sacrifice. Because like it says in Romans 12:1, make your bodies a living sacrifice, right? Which means obedience. You being obedient to the Lord, and you dying daily, which means you becoming better and better and better each day, or trying and striving to be better each day, killing your old man, practicing the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities. So now you're making your body a living sacrifice, right? So we want that. That's the proper sacrifice of today. Now you half-assing it. You know, you only doing videos, 3 videos. You're doing a bare minimum. You know, you're doing the bare minimum because you know that's the right thing to do. So that's why you hit camp, and that's why you make your videos, but you're not really on fire. That's a half-ass sacrifice, and that will equivalent to a sacrifice of Cain, if you can receive it. This is Genesis 4:1, and we read, "And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from Yahweh. And again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yahweh. And Abel, he also brought of his firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And Yahweh had respect unto Abel and his offering, but unto Cain and his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And Yahweh said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And it says, And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him." You see? Now, we don't want to fall into that spirit of Cain, to where we giving these half-ass sacrifices, man, knowing what we supposed to be doing, but instead we're trying to figure out some other way to climb up now and get salvation. Now, in this particular video that I'm going to play, he's going to mention a particular brother. He's not going to mention any names, that said his sacrifice unto the Lord is going to be music. Now, this brother has put his hand to the plow already, hit the highways and byways already, you know, was doing videos. But now he's liking music. He's saying that he's going to do music and try to push the word through music. Now, this really breaks down or equates to what? His real interest is music. You see? And the truth, he knows it's the right thing to do. So he's trying to incorporate the truth in his real interest. And he's trying to get salvation off of that. See, that's a sacrifice of Cain. The Lord ain't going to respect that. The Lord told you what to do. And that's what you are supposed to do. There's no way out of that. There's no wiggle room. You see? So in this truth, we got to make sure that we're not giving a sacrifice to Cain. And the elders going to get into it. You see? You have some that's doing this thing because they know it's the right thing to do. They don't want nobody to pull them to the side and say, hey, you slacking on your videos, get the hell out the camp. Or, hey, you ain't showing up to camp. Hey, you out of the camp. They don't want nobody to say that. So what they do is they hit camp. And since the apostles and elders say do 3 videos a week, they do 3 videos a week. Sometimes they don't even do that. They do the bare minimum, and they barely do the bare minimum. And they only do it because it's the right thing to do. But what's really going on, they live in life. Their real interest is chasing the bag, is chasing women, or some other interest that they have. The Lord is on the back burner. This truth is on the back burner. It's secondary, it's third, it's fourth, it's fifth. It's all the way up to 17. But since they know it's the right thing to do, that's why they do it. And some of them will try to incorporate the truth into their real interest. And then try to deceive themselves and others on, oh, now, I'm doing the right thing. See, I am pushing this word out because I'm rapping, but I'm putting the truth in it. And Salakia, if I seem a little distracted, just got off the plantation. I'm sitting here in the parking lot. Gotta keep my head on a swivel. But yeah, in this thing, we gotta make sure we're not giving a sacrifice in Cain. A sacrifice of Cain. And I hope you get that. With no further ado, I'm gonna play this video and let that elder speak. You know, because he can say it better than me. Right? Let me get this precept right quick, and then I'm gonna play the video. This is going to be Revelations chapter 3 and 15, and we read, I know thy works. The Lord knows your works, right? That thou art neither cold nor hot. See, you're not cold. You're not out of the truth, but you ain't on fire neither. All right, you don't eat shrimp, pork, crab, lobster. You're not committing adultery, so forth and so on. But you ain't on fire neither. You ain't making your videos. All right, you're not giving you all that camp. You just put on for brothers and stuff, you know, so you don't just get called out. You ain't cold, but you're not hot. What are you? What thou, the Lord says, I would thou wert cold or hot. So then because thou art lukewarm, you're lukewarm. And neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. You see? The Lord gonna get rid of you. And this just don't mean out the camp or whatever. That mean out the truth. The Lord, he ain't dealing with you. You see? Because you lukewarm. You're not in the world all the way, but you ain't in the truth neither all the way. You ain't on fire in this thing. You got 1 foot in the world and you got 1 foot in the truth. The foot in the truth is because you know it's the right thing to do, but you have way more interest in what the world got going on. You see? The Lord don't play fence straddling. He don't play hokey pokey. I get you 1 foot in and then the 1 foot out, head ass. He don't do that. You know what he gonna end up doing? He gonna end up spewing you out of his mouth like a sickness, like a phlegm in the chest, like mucus. He gonna cough you up and spit your ass out. You don't want to be that man. Right? No further ado, let's play this video. And we're going to end it.
Hey, Shalom, call out, Yahweh Shemi, Shabbat, Shembakakadash. The brothers to the apostles at the S. Salutations to the elect men, women, and children that believe are the 1/3, of course. Hey, man, just meditating on Behind the Wheel once again, coming and going. Meditating on this thought. You know, a couple of brothers I know. And, you know, this applies to all of us. You know, even myself, you know, but, you know, take it, you know, as it applies. You don't want to give the sacrifice of Cain. Now, when you go back into Genesis 4, you Cain, he was a keeper of the sheep. And the Lord told him, him and Abel bring an animal sacrifice, And, he brought veggies. He didn't want to bring an animal sacrifice. And Abel brought the proper sacrifice. And the scripture says, present your bodies as the ultimate sacrifice was Yahushua.
Whereas Cain was a tiller of the ground. So the elder just misspoke, but the point still stands.
On top of that, us being many Yahushuas, we got to present our bodies as a living sacrifice. Now, what does that entail? That entails so present our bodies as a living sacrifice. So you got different areas of the scriptures, different callings. But, I know a couple brothers that, backslid, fell out, lukewarm, or whatever you want to call it. And a lot of times, you try to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like one brother I'm thinking of, he say, I'm going to spread the Lord's, instead of going out to camp and teaching, what you was once doing, I'm going to spread the Lord's word through music, which is a cop-out of, I'm going to rap because I like rapping, I like making music. And at the same time, I spread the Lord's word. I'm doing the work that's still spreading the Lord's word. Nah, it don't work like that. The Lord ain't fucking with that hip-hop music shit. If he would have been there, he would have had his word on mainstream. Then you ain't about to drop too much hip music because Amalek controls the music industry. They ain't about to let too much of that go. Even if you made your own tape, with the whole SoundCloud and all that, they gonna shut your shit down ASAP. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna get no play. So there's no way, Then if you try to, metaphorically say things, Israel ain't, the lost sheep ain't gonna pick up on what you talking about. You gotta give them straight up breakdowns, edification. So, you come to the conclusion, well, I'm going to just do music for the Lord and work my job and keep the Sabbath. You know what I mean? And, I was once out there, you know what I mean? So that's my sacrifice, you know what I mean? And just chill till the bombs drop, you know what I mean? Lord willing, that's enough. So, and guess what? For some brothers, that might be enough, you know what I mean, to get both sides of the fence. You know what I mean? Or some brothers might do less than that, and that be enough. But, hey, man, the Lord called you.
Because all of us ain't prophets. Some of us is help. Some of us, not all of us is prophets, So, I kind of get that, what he's saying. But the Lord ain't dealing with that rap shit, though. All these rappers that been out like Nas and, you got Tupacs and shit like that. Man, the truth would have been out being spread through the, all of that. The Lord didn't say spread the gospel through no fucking rap. He told you, wisdom uttereth is her voice. I don't want to butcher the precept, but wisdom uttereth her voice without. So go to the highways and the hedges, the chief places of concourse. You won't find that truth on the chief places of concourse, man. On the highways and byways, man. You're not gonna find it by copping a newer CD, and then you get a fly tune that's spitting a little bit of the truth in the 3 minutes that it's playing. No, it don't work like that, man. That's you trying to climb up some other way. That's you having a passion or an interest in rap over the truth. So you trying to make that the way that you get saved, man. I used to be a rapper. I was on the radio at once. But at the same time, I knew I couldn't do that and it's truth at the same time. I had to submerge myself in the word, man. There's plenty of brothers that had careers and was in the rap industry and been in the other industries and things like that. I had to give all of that up, for Yahweh Shimi Awashai, man. Not trying to make a new thing. And this is what this particular brother that he's speaking on is trying to do. Right? That's a sacrifice to Cain. That's half-assed, man. When the Lord ain't going to respect that, he ain't going to accept that. Just like brothers who's in this thing that's trying to, you doing the bare minimum, man. You only doing it because you know it's the right thing to do. But when you around brothers, see, that's when you want to act like you on your shit. You on fire then. But when you by yourself and you spend most of your time by yourself, right? But when you by yourself, you ain't on fire. But when you're around your brothers for an hour or two or whatever like that, now you on fire. You on fire 2 hours out of the whole week. That's off, man. The Lord ain't going to respect that.
This thing. And in your spirit, man, what the Lord set you up to do, then, especially if you say, I'm going to do this, you start, making excuses. You know what I mean? Like you tell a guy a girl is a piece of shit. Well, but she was done dirty. Well, she had a stepfather molested her. Well, the kids don't feel love. Well, we under the curses. Nah, leave that bitch, man. She no good. Straight up. So you start making excuses like what you gonna do for the Lord, what you gonna get the Lord. And a lot of times it's bullshit because you feel super comfortable doing it. You're like, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do this. And it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not a strain at all. It's not really no hard tribulations behind it, So, and sometimes, you go through your rough patches, your rough seasons. Sometimes the Lord have you in transition, whatever. You can fool man, but you can't fool Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So, the Lord said he dealt each man a measure of faith also. So, you know what I mean? So, then you got, some, that got the talent. Some bought twofold, some bought 5, some bought 10, some bought 10. They, they doubled it, tripled it, or whatever. But you also could know that the guy that was given 5 and turned it to 10, you know what I mean? He could take the talent of 5 and turn it to 7, knowing he got the potential to turn it to 10. So, you just got to make sure you're living up to your full potential that the Lord called you for in your calling. And don't, because a lot of brothers, they wind up, falling out, going lukewarm, because the Lord got a whole menu of things you could do. You know what I'm saying? 613 laws, statutes, and commandments on top of prophesizing. You could just be like, I'm going to do these 5, you make a menu out of the scriptures, and that be your sacrifice. All right, Lord, here you go. You know what I mean? Then the Lord tell you, depart from me. You know what I mean? I never knew you. And you don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure you living up to your calling. You got to examine your life. You got to examine that, especially like when you first came into the truth, you know what I mean, that your calling, you know what I mean, based on, I don't want to sound like the Christians, but, you know, based on your relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua and what he called you, your potential, you know what I mean, you know, that's like Michael Jordan, you know what I mean, dropping 20 points in a game, you know what I mean, but you like, you know, you could drop more than that. But you know what I mean, you probably got Horace Grant dropping 17, you know what I mean, or 15, and you be like, oh, that's around his average. He's doing the best he could. So you know what you know what your best is. You know what I mean. You know if you're giving your best. You know if you're giving your all. You know what I mean, and that could be, you know what I mean. And like I said, shit, I understand things change, shit, you know what I mean, or whatever. And you go through like your rough seasons or different patches, but you don't want to have that as a straight excuse cop out, just to be like, this is my ultimate sacrifice for the Lord. Yeah, Bashin Yahushua. So you got to make sure, man, you're not giving the sacrifice of Cain. And you know what I mean, he tended to the sheep. So you know what I mean, like, you know, I ain't killing no sheep, bring you no meat. You know what I mean? So a lot of times your sacrifice be based off of what you comfortable, what you based off comfort of doing. You know what I mean? Like you probably, oh, I'm gonna do the music. I'm gonna spread the Lord's word through the music. You know what I mean? You know, I go online, you know what I mean? I might do this, I might do that, and do that. And that should be good enough. And you know, you got it in your heart too. You know what I mean? That should be good enough. Because after that sacrifice, you know what I mean, you feel complacent. And you know what I mean? You should never feel complacent in this truth, because none of us guaranteed to make it. So examine ourselves, look at your true calling. Oh shit, is this shit about to die? My phone about to die. What the fuck? Let's see it. Nice little topic. Oh yeah, 5%. Yeah. So yeah, examine ourselves. Look at your true calling, look at your true purpose, and whatever that is, live it up to the full potential. And if you're not in that or doing that, pray to the Lord that you get back in that zone. You know, make adjustments, position yourself, get back into that zone. So Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. Shalom. Hopefully
hey, hope that was edifying, and with that, shalom.